Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn that how we select rows and columns in Excel, and second topic is merge and center. Okay. So as you know that selection in rows and columns is very much important as you select in Word, like clicking the mouse, clicking the left mouse button and just hovering it around everywhere. You can see the selection is happening over here. Okay. So this is the way we basically do select a cell or a number of cells with the help of a mouse. But always using a mouse is not actually feasible. Suppose this is a small data, as you can see that this is a very small data, like there are only 20 rows present. Okay, I forgot it, these are the rows, these are the columns. Okay, so as you can see there are only 20 rows present in here. So with the help of a mouse, we can actually use it. You can actually use a mouse to select the rows and columns. Like you can see that I have selected using a mouse. Okay, I'm selecting it using a mouse. You can see it's going down. I'm only selecting, I'm basically using a mouse to select the rows and columns. But suppose the number of cells are more than 1000. That suppose there are more than 1000 rows. Let me tell. So it is not possible to select the rows and columns with the help of a mouse. Like I can show you an example. Like if I start doing it, you can see if I drag it fully down, still like it's 400, 500, it's going. Okay, like still it is 600. So it is taking quite an amount of time to select the rows and columns. Now if I see, now I take it upward, it is taking quite a lot amount of time. So what we can do, we have to use a mouse, we have to use the keyboard for the selection right now. What we have to do, so let me write it over here for you. To select the rows and okay, to select the rows and columns, all I have to do is shift, press the shift button plus the arrow keys according to us, according to our wish. Okay, you can see that I have done it over here, arrow key according to our wish. Like if I select this one and I press the shift, I press the shift button and then pressing a arrow key, like I'm pressing the right arrow key right now. So you can see it is selecting. If I press the down arrow key right now, by pressing the shift only, you can see it is selecting. It is the same function. So always selecting the rows and columns with the help of a keyboard is a good practice. So you have to keep that in mind. Again, I am telling to select the rows and columns. What you have to do, you have to press the shift button and the arrow keys accordingly one by one. Whatever your selection is all about. Okay, since as I have selected the rows and since I have selected all the rows, so if I press, you can see the columns are getting selected accordingly. The rows, because I have selected the rows from previously, I have selected this 15 rows. This is so what it will do, like it will automatically do the same. So it is not like that after 15 it will again start from the one by one. It will know that okay, this 15 are selected, so it will select automatically one by one. So if I just move towards the right, you can see the whole is selected. So this is the way to do rows and column. But so because just there are 20 rows present over here, so you can press a button, shift button and down arrow key to select the rows accordingly one by one. It is practically easy. But suppose there are 1000 rows, as I told you, there are 1000 rows. So it is not, it is very not possible to select by you select only one. Like if you press shift and down arrow key, you can see it will go right. It is in this, but it is going like down. So it is taking quite a lot amount of time. So that is not practically possible. Okay. So what we have to do, we are now writing something else. Okay. Just at once. So there is a basic difference you can see over here. Okay. So here what you have to do, you have to just now press a control according to it. Control plus control plus control plus shift plus arrow keys according according to our according to our wish. Okay, this is done. So suppose if I select the first cell over here and I press a control and then I press a shift, and when I press the right arrow key, you can see it is selecting the whole at a time. It is selecting the whole row. There is a concept behind which I will tell you after this. Okay, that is why this is happening. Why when I press a control and when I press the right arrow key, why it is selecting the whole. I will tell you. As I press down arrow key, it selected the whole. Okay, it selected the whole. Now I will tell you what is why control. So what controls basically functions like. So when I press a control, simply press a control and I press a right arrow key, you can see, okay, that in this row it is going towards the last occupied cell. Like this is the last occupied cell for this particular row, so it is going towards the end. If I press a control and I press a down arrow key, it is going. This column is the last occupied cell, so it is going towards the last. So press control do? Control basically, when you press control and press the arrow keys accordingly, so what it will do, it will go towards the last occupied cell of that particular rows or that particular column. Okay, this is the function of control. So when we are seeing that when we press a control and press a down arrow key, so it is going one by one, it is doing. And when you know the shift function is just to select. So when we know that we have to select the whole row or whole column accordingly, okay, so why not press a control and a shift, and then selection is done in a very simple manner. So you don't have to think much. Okay, this is all about selecting the rows and columns in Excel. Coming on to the next part, okay, this is merge and center. So what, as you can see that I have, okay, let me color this up so that you will be able to know what I am trying to tell you. So as you can see that there are 3 months: January, February, March, April, May, June. This is your company. I'm just giving an example. This is just normal example, nothing else. Okay. So you know that this is for quarter one. This is for quarter. They are written quarter one. You know that January, February, and March comes under quarter one. April, May, June comes under quarter two. But you would have to show it in a very specific manner. Like if I write quarter one in January, like you can see January is covering on the quarter one, February is March left behind. Same for April, for quarter two, May, June is left behind. So what we have to do, we have to show that this quarter one covers these 3 months, quarter two covers these 3 months. So what we have to do, we have to select this cell, and we know that January, February and March is covering 3 cells basically. So accordingly, above that we have to select the 3 cells accordingly. Like you can see, I have selected 3 cells, 1, 2, 3. There are 3 cells, and when from the home tab, this is the home ribbon. From home ribbon, you can see this is the merge and center. When I click this, you can see it is now become it has now become 1 cell. Below if you go, it is 3 cells, but above if you go, it is now basically 1 cell. Same as in here, if I select this 3, you can see that there are 3 cells, 1, 2, 3. When I put merge and center, it is what it is doing, that it is merging all the 3 cells at a time, and it is and the quarter 2, basically the quarter 2, what is it is coming in the center. So it is done. Now if you want to see that whether what is the difference, like if I do coloring over here, you come to know, okay, this is the difference between these two. Now you can see that there are 3 cells over here, 1, 2, 3, and this is one single. This is 1, 2, 3. So this is all about merge and center system. Next video is all about some statistical functions like sum, average, sum if, and its variant of sum and average, like sum if, average if, count, counting. These are the certain functions which we will cover in the next video.